Hi everyone. I hope you're all having an absolutely wonderful day. And this video has to do with appreciation and how I feel it is the master teacher, or really the only thing that we actually have to do. And I don't remember when it was, but it wasn't many years ago that I heard, if all you ever said was thank you, that would be enough. And for me, I consciously entered what I feel entered my spiritual path about 4 years ago with meditation and starting to read more spiritually focused books and psychedelics and whatever it was. And hearing things like control your thoughts, only feel good emotions, and the majority of the law of attraction stuff that we all started out with, now I see was relevant at the time, but is completely irrelevant now. And one of the things that Buddha relatively said was drop your desires or lose your desires or control your mind. And so I spent a couple years trying to control my mind and control my feelings, and something in the Bible says it must be a gift of God, or source, as a lot of us like to call it, or spirit, or whatever. And I didn't get it at the time, but I get it now. And what I've come to is that I can't control my thoughts, but if I try, thought comes in, nope, eliminate the thought, push it away, then I'm resisting. And nothing wants to be resisted, but everything wants to be acknowledged. And very simply, none of creation had to happen. Me, you, this universe, the other universes, didn't need to happen. All of it's a gift and an absolute blessing. Whether we're in a moment in our life where we agree with that, or we're in the absolute adversity and struggles that a friend of mine, I talked to her for a couple minutes on the phone, and she's planning on killing herself in a couple days. And so I called her, not trying to stop her, but to see how she was going to do it. Where most people think that would be really off. No, you should stop him, but that would be resisting. And one thing that I've used with quite a few people is if you're depressed. A lot of people are depressed. And I don't know how loud the wind chimes are, but I'm still going to do the video anyways. Yeah, there's one wind chime, 2 wind chimes, and then I got a couple more out there, and then the ocean. And I really enjoy it. Here, with the wind chimes and the ocean and all of you. And so one practice that I've did with myself and that I give to other people, and it's a lot of fun, is if you're going through what we'll call a negative emotion or negative experience, depression, authenticity with yourself is really the most important thing there is. And as long as you continue to judge something, as long as you continue to resist something, it's going to continue to show up. Again, everything simply just wants to be acknowledged. Thank you. Thank you for taking the time out of your day to watch this video. This is my highest joy. Highest joy is to do these videos and to write and to share it with you. And so if you're in a state of depression, you'd be like, man, I hate being depressed. This really, really sucks, and I feel like jumping off of a bridge. I feel like dying. Like, there's no point to my life. And it wasn't very many years ago that was me. Needles in my arms, shooting up dope, heroin, pills, wanting to jump off of bridges. Got caught quite a few times when it came to attempted suicide because I hated life. And if I would have had this one simple practice back then, it would have made things totally different. And as I acknowledged how I truly feel about whatever it is that I'm feeling, I've got mosquitoes around here. See, if you see me pulling some ninja shit, it's because of mosquitoes. Out here in Hawaii, I call them vampires. Well, I call them vampires anywhere, but... So if I'm not any longer resisting something, I don't have to like it. I learned a while ago, or realized a while ago, that I don't have to like anything to say thank you to it. Some people say, I was listening to Jim Carrey earlier today, and he said, life doesn't happen to you, it happens for you. And then he's like, I don't even know if that's true, but that's the mindset I choose to have over it. And I totally agree. I feel, and in a sense, know that everything is here of service. Again, none of this had to happen. So in that state of depression or whatever, anxiety, frustration, anger, rage, pain, whatever it is, acknowledge it. Acknowledge how much you don't like it. Acknowledge how much you wish it was different. And then you can take it and be like, you know what? I'm thankful that I'm not thankful for this. Still authentic. And then you can take it and be like, you know what? I'm the most depressed person in the entire world. I am so good at being depressed, I could win a competition. I could get first place for the most depressed person on earth. And that's not resisting it, but you can start to get the sense that it gets pretty comical, comedic. Oh my God, I'm so good at being depressed. I'm the most depressed person in the world. How amazing is that? And then you start to laugh. And so it's one of the fastest practices I've ever done to take you from generally negative to generally positive in the shortest amount of time. So you can't control your thoughts because there is no thing, love or source or God or spirit, that which cannot be named, because any name put on it is a concept and not the actual truth of it. But since right now we're using words, we'll use the word God, source, spirit, blah, 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 whatever. That which cannot be named, because it's all happening. And anytime you put a word on it, it's a label, therefore limiting its totality. So that which cannot be named, love, all giving of itself, asking nothing in return, none of this had to happen, so all of this is a gift. And since you, I, us, we, it are all of it, every part of it is equally as divine as every other part. So if a thought is coming through, it is a happening. There is the thinker, but there is no thinker, and there are the thoughts, which you're aware of, but there is no you, because we're all one. The lowercase you could be the persona, the ego, the identification of self, and there's nothing wrong with that, because we get to play that game. We get to be God, forget that we're God, take a nap, a long one, all right now, fall asleep and start dreaming. And that also brings up good and bad, is there is no good or bad, because it's a dream. You may have bad dreams, but you wake up and be like, oh wait, that was a dream. Wow. Have a good dream. Oh, wow, wake up. Wow, what a such good dream. But it was just a dream. Well, it came to me November 19th, 2014, I woke up from the dream. Or what most people would call having their first awakening. And I realized it was like, wow, I'm dreaming. And then I'd bounce really back quick into me and struggle and stuff like that. And then on September 23rd, 2017, a month or so ago, I woke up in the dream. And I've been in a constant state of dreaming ever since, and it's really fun. Knowing that it's a dream that I get to participate in. I don't experience me and the universe, I experience the universe and me all as one. You and me all as one. So there's no point in trying to control the thoughts. There's no point in trying to control your feelings. There's no point in trying to control what's happening out here, because there is no controller. You get to play the game of thinking that there is one, but there isn't. There just is. Whatever is. So when it comes to appreciation, what I started to do to everything was say thank you. Again, I don't have to like what it is that I'm saying thank you to, because if there's one statement, one affirmation, I used to do a lot of I am affirmations, and then I stopped doing those as well because of the first letter, the first word in that statement, I. Me, separate, individualized, that, as Alan Watts puts it, when you bring up me or I, you get this tightness feeling, or the I'm going to do that, you get this tightness feeling, and I totally resonate with that. For me, it's really simple. I follow my highest joy and my intuitive guidance, and once in a while, the I, the mind, the ego Say, oh, no, don't do that. That might require a lot of effort. Or, but you're sitting here relaxing. And I'm like, but it felt right. The body relaxed. How do you know when you're in the flow, you're relaxed? At ease. The opposite of dis-ease. Dis, tight, me, I, we, us, it, smooth and relaxing. As you say thank you to everything, again, you don't have to like it, but it takes away judgment, eventually. Another thing, don't rush the process. There's no point in rushing the process, it's all right now anyways. A constant singular happening. Don't try to understand reality. I let that go a while ago. Because I realized when I stopped trying to understand it, everything makes sense. And when I let go of things needing to make sense, I understand it. It's all one. It's all happening right now. We get a perceived time because it's fun. Like a dream. And I say thank you to that as well. So as we move through our spiritual path, and I fully appreciate, honor, love, and acknowledge that every part of spirituality that I've participated in has played a significant role in it. And a year and 13 months ago, so something like that, I read one line from one book that completely changed my entire path for me. And it was simply stop seeking. And here I was seeking, trying to find something, trying to find enlightenment, trying to whatever it could or would have been. And I read stop seeking, and the ego's like, no, you gotta go seek. But when I read that, I felt more relaxed than I had ever remembered feeling up to that point. And then looking back on it, the awakening, the first one, and the second one, and the multitude of other ones, all of the realizations happened when I wasn't trying, when I wasn't looking, when I wasn't seeking, when I wasn't wondering what else there was. BAM! And I get hit with a new realization or a recognition of the true singular self of oneness. Paradoxal. It's weird. What's the point of seeking in the beginning? Let the wind come and play with the wind chimes for a second. Water. So why do people start seeking? Here's why it was for me. I got so sick of life, so fed up with life, hated myself, hated everyone else, thought I was a waste of space, and I knew that there could be something better. Because I had seen happy people. And I wanted that. So I was running around seeking for what it is that they had, reading new books, meditating 6 hours a day, whatever it would have been. And then when not too long after that stopped seeking, and I had heard it before, but it didn't really register. Wherever I am, there I am. So seeking or looking for something that isn't right now is a resistance, almost a denial for something that you're not already in this complete perfect moment. I know for me from November 19th of 2014 up until now, if all of the integration, awareness, realization, so on and so forth would have hit me in a non-linear instant, I probably would have exploded or gone crazy or been put in a psycho ward. Because I went from feeling separate identification to now to where I am the phone, I am the wind chimes, I'm the ocean, I'm the body, the thoughts, the feeling, and I am no thing, but I am aware of all things. That would drive someone nuts to go from that in overnight or instantaneously instead of almost 3 years. So don't rush the process. When you're baking a cake, if you take it out too early, you get a pile of bleh, and you don't get a cake. if you met someone that day and you was that attraction, and then all of a sudden the next morning you're at old age and or at the grave, and you completely skipped the first date, the multiple dates, the going out and celebrating, the getting engaged, the getting married, the having kids. And I mean, it's in the moment journey of experience, because it's all right now. Journey almost implies a destination, so remove the destination of life. Say thank you to every moment. Start with the things that you can truly actually say, authentically say thank you for. And the things that you don't feel like you want to say thank you to because they're things that you're still judging or dislike about whatever part of creation it happened to be, which remember that all of creation is you, that you've created before memory was imagined. Thank you, Matt Kahn, for that one. Say thank you to it. And if you and when... Hold on, we got a big gust of wind here. When you can say thank you to the fact that you hate anything. Thank you to the fact that I hate this. Thank you for the fact that I can hate this. Thank you for the fact that I wish this would not exist. If you take a wall and you slowly start picking at it with an axe, it's going to break. So anything that's related to hate or judgment, you don't have to get rid of it in one day. Remember, don't rush the process. And since all of the other spiritual practices that I've practiced, to me simply brought me to, I was trying to get something or get somewhere because I didn't like where I was. I meditated because I didn't want a mind. But a mind is divinely created just as the heart or a wind chime or this really cool new psychedelic mushroom sweatshirt that I got the other day. Thank you. All of it is equal. All of it is a frequency or a vibration or a harmonic. All of it is a wave flowing together as one, but we get to identify it in different ways. There's hearing, there's sensing, there's smelling, and all of that. And all of that, too, is a frequency created awareness-wise through the different senses and the abilities within the body. The ocean that I showed you that I'm looking at, I don't see it as anything separate than me. And one of the things that was really fun that really was through an inspired action. When it's an inspired action, do it. Someone hands you a book and your heart's like, yeah, read it. And you get 2 words out of it or every word out of it that completely helps you change, because that's the only constant, and brings you to that realization that you were thinking that you were wanting. And remember, everything that you will ever want, that you think that you want or feel that you want, exists. But if I had every physical manifestation or every awareness manifestation, whatever, all instantly, it'd be really boring. Because it's all a game. And you can take the game as serious as you want. I don't take anything seriously anymore. I don't even take the video that I'm doing seriously. I just have fun. It's my highest joy. If there's one other practice besides giving thanks that I can attribute to this, whatever this is, would be putting my hand on my heart and telling myself that I love me. And I've been doing that solid for over 2 years now. And now every time I put my hand on my heart and say I love you, it feels like it doesn't even go to me, it just goes to everyone else. Or everything else. And I thank you for that. I thank it, or that which cannot be named, or to put no name on it. I'm grateful for all experiences, because it hit me through suicidal tendencies, through drugs, through being cheated on, through having a kid aborted, through losing a leg on a motorcycle. I mean, I was caught on fire 2.5 weeks ago in a 6-foot fireball, and it's all right here. But it's healed now within 2 weeks because I was laughing and celebrating and saying thank you. Eventually, wind! Thank you. Eventually, everyone will awaken. And there's no rush to it. There doesn't need to be. But thank you and appreciation. There it is. Everyone is wanting to live presently in the moment. Anxiety is worry about the future. Depression is sadness and holding on to the past. Thank you brings you to the present moment. And that's where the magic is. It was right here and right now. Yeah. So with that, thank you for the time that you spent watching this. Spend one day. Make it your highest joy, your biggest game, and your easiest relaxation to say thank you throughout the entire day to everything. With that, thank you. I love you.